Don't be surprised if your train or bus arrives or departs fashionably late. It's totally normal. Just have that spritz before you embark on a trip. Relax. You'll get there.
Italian for Travelers, Episode 9, the Transportation Episode. In today's episode, we dive into public transportation in Italy and learn about train travel, buses, and more. Elisa prepares us to buy tickets, read time schedules, and handle the occasional workers' strike so that it won't derail your trip, figuratively, of course.
Ciao! Benvenuti a Italian for Travelers, the second season of the Postcards from Italy podcast. I'm Elisa, a native Italian speaker and teacher. Although I was born in Emilia-Romagna, I've spent the last 18 years living in the US and teaching Italian to mostly American students. Along the way, I've learned a lot about what first-time travelers and new Italian language learners really want to know. In short, they want to live la Dolce Vita glamour, but without the grammar. This season, let's stamp your passport with some Italian vocabulary, cultural tips, dialogues, and practice lessons with my real-life student and friend, Erin. But we only share a fraction of what we talk about on our streaming episodes.
Visit www.postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for our bonus materials and subscribe to our newsletter for updates.
With our podcast and bonus materials, I can help you transform from just another tourist into a curious traveler. Okay. Here we go. Remember, don't worry if you cannot understand much during your first listen. Just relax, sit back, and enjoy la dolce lingua. Ok, cominciamo. Let's begin. Cari amici, benvenuti a Italian for Travelers. Welcome to lesson number 9. This is the one titled Autobus, treni e altri mezzi di trasporto.
Buses, trains, and other means of transportation.
Yes, so today we're going to take you on a train and a bus trip.
So we're taking you all over Italy, yeah. All of the places that you can't get by air.
Esatto.
It's also more enjoyable.
Maybe.
Okay.
As a longtime user of the train and the bus in my youth, I think I had almost enough, but it's useful. I will say that. Definitely useful.
It's definitely fun for me when I go because it's a very different way of doing transportation.
Yes, compared to the US, I have to say that Italy and Europe in general are very well served by buses, trains, metros. It's much easier to go around town than it is here in the US, where you just have to basically rely on your car all the time.
Yeah, and we do have a big lesson about parking and driving later in this season. And so you'll be primed and ready to know which one feels best to you.
Yeah.
So what are we learning today, Elisa?
Today we're going to learn a lot of useful vocabulary about means of transportation in Italy, as well as plenty of tips and useful glossaries about taking the train or the bus in Il Bel Paese. So today's idiom is I treni italiani sono luoghi di confessioni di gruppo e assoluzioni collettive, perfetti per un paese che si dice cattolico. And this is a quote by one of our most famous Italian journalists, Beppe Severnini.
And this one means Italian trains are places of group confessions and collective absolutions, perfect for a country that calls itself Catholic. It seems very natural that you take a spiritual journey, so to speak, when you get onto an Italian bus or train.
Yes, and that sometimes the bus is very late, the train is very late or stops halfway through, and you do have plenty of time to reflect about your life.
I think you also have to have a lot of faith. That you'll get to your destination on time.
You definitely do. No, I'm just kidding. The newer trains, a lot of the fast ones are running just perfectly. My experience is more of trains in Italy 25 years ago. As a college student with very little money, I couldn't afford first class. I always had to travel seconda classe with the slow boat. So my experience was trains were late, trains were overcrowded, there was no seating space. People stuffed together like it was like
anchovies.
Yeah.
There is a certain charm, I guess is what you're saying, to being on a European train in the middle of the summer. And I actually, same time frame, so around 25, 30 years ago, I do remember my friends and I in Naples, like on the slow intercity train. Everything's late. There's a strike. We're sort of stuck. I remember hours on train.
Yeah, if you were able to take intercity, you were set. Because I had to take regionale, the
No,
one that stops at every little village.
It was probably regionale, actually, because I can't imagine we would have the money to do something that was better than that.
That's exactly what I had to take all the time. And it was a long ride home. So, you want to feel like an Italian, hop on a bus, on a train for a day.
Yeah, let's do it. In that vein, why don't you drive us through the cultural notes?
Eccellente idea. Okay, let's start. In Italy, we use a 24-hour clock for all timetables relating to means of transportation. Please make sure you become familiar with the 24-hour clock prior to your trip if you aren't already. An easy way to figure out afternoon or evening or night hours is to subtract 12. For example, 19 o'clock is 19 minus 12, 7 p.m.
I am lucky because when I lived in Naples, my father worked for the military base. And military time, it was very easy for all of us Army, Navy brats to tell time.
I see a lot of my students struggling with getting used to the 24-hour clock. And when we do practice dialogues in class like these, where you have the time being told to you, like as 15:45, and I see that they have to mentally think about it to figure out that it's 3:45 p.m.
You're also trying to work against a different language and learning what 15 is.
Yes, that's why.
Quindici, and then subtract dodici from quindici, and then you're like, wait, 3. Oh, 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why it's important that you become familiar with it before your trip, so that when you're there, you can just focus exclusively on understanding the language.
Yeah. But the mental Sudoku is so good for your brain. This is like a crossword puzzle.
Yes, learning a new language and a new culture is very good for your brain in general. Okay, second tip. You can travel the whole country by train. All the major towns are easily connected, and even off the beaten path towns are served by trains, usually with multiple departures or arrivals taking place on a daily basis. Whether with one or a few connections, you'll be able to go pretty much anywhere from the Dolomites to southern Italy.
As I've been planning a getaway to Italy, but I don't want to be renting a car, and I've noticed through my Trenitalia app, I can get most places that I want to go, even some smaller spaces.
Yeah. Sometimes there are little villages that are not very well served by trains, but in that case, you can always count on being able to take the train somewhere close by and then having a bus that takes you to the small village that you want to visit. So it's really, really well connected, especially if you were visiting from the US.
Yeah. And it's nice to be able to take the train and see what's going on outside of the train. Driving in Italy is a sport. And so the only thing I see is the road when I'm driving in Italy.
It's a competitive sport. Yeah. Very competitive.
And I am not the winner of that sport.
You know what? I'm lucky that my husband likes to drive in Italy. And so nowadays we just mostly drive everywhere. But if it was up to me, I hate driving, whether in Italy or in the US. And so I'd probably rely on public transportation a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the next tip. Traveling by train in Italy is a convenient and incredibly affordable option, even if you are on a tight budget. A ticket for a direct train from Milan to Naples, which is 483 miles, can be as low as 46 euros.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really, really
Very
good.
Very different from here, right?
And there are also derail passes and other passes for trains. Like, we're not going to go into all of that here. I'm sure that it constantly changes, but you might even be able to get better deals or things
if you're in
sense.
Categories like seniors or students, you do get special prices. As a tourist, you may not be able to take advantage of the same options, but I mean 46 euros to go from Milan to Naples, that's crazy.
I like it also because then you don't have to go through the same type of security or the same amount of time spent at an airport waiting to take off.
And even if you're renting a car, gas alone will cost a lot more than 46 euros to go from Milan to Naples.
That's so very true.
And that's on top of all the Italian drivers are going to cut you off on the autostrada or honk at you because they want to pass, even if you're going the speed limit.
Yeah, it might be really nice to just be on that train and write your next novel. Or
you just have to pray that the person sitting next to you took a shower.
Gosh.
That's all I want to say.
Always brings it back to that.
Yeah, well.
Travel with some wipes.
Okay, next one. Most trains in Italy are operated by Trenitalia, the state-owned train company. Trenitalia offers different types of trains. It's important to understand the differences between them as they will impact the quality or speed of your journey.
Having said that, what are the types of trains that we might see?
Let's start with the fastest ones. Treni ad alta velocità.
AV.
So these are high-speed trains, and they connect most of Italy's major cities like Turin, Milan, Bologna, Florence, Rome, Naples, and Salerno. They are divided into 3 categories: Frecciarossa, Frecciargento, and Frecciabianca, which literally mean red arrow, silver arrow, and white arrow. These are the most expensive and most modern trains available, with the highest standards of cleanliness and comfort on board, and they all require reservations.
Okay, so you can't just walk up to
No.
wow. I'm not used to be hearing no.
Yeah. Oh, I know. No, you might be able to walk up to the ticket counter, and if there's still available seats on that train, you may be able to make a last-minute booking. Yeah.
Okay. And the Trenitalia app is very, very simple. So you can add that to your phone, or you can also access their website and you can see all of those options.
Yeah, exactly. So you can also make
Very
reservations on your own real quick. Next are intercity trains.
So these are IC.
These are the next fastest option, and they also connect to most major cities. Since they're a little slower than AVs and stop more frequently, tickets are cheaper, making these trains an ideal option if you want to save a little on popular routes. Obviously, as you go down in price and speed, the quality of the service is not the same. They're not going to feel, obviously, like the AVs, the Frecciarossa, Frecciabianca, or Frecciargento.
Okay.
Finally, we have my favorite, I treni regionali. These are going to be marked as R if you look at an Italian train schedule or even on your app. These offer regional service connecting cities to towns and villages. These are no-frills trains traveling at a much lower speed than the ones mentioned above and with many more stops. They are ideal for travelers on a budget or with lots of time, and sometimes they might be your only option for certain destination. Overall, they're incredibly good value, comfortable, and efficient. You cannot reserve seats on these trains, and the price of the ticket does not fluctuate whether you buy it right before boarding the train or 3 weeks in advance.
Okay, wait. Because you're pointing out that the Regionale tickets don't fluctuate, I'm wondering, do the other trains fluctuate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you buy your ticket within 3 weeks before your departure, oftentimes you can save up to like 30-something% on your ticket
Wow.
price. Yes.
So if you can plan it in advance.
If you buy it like the morning of or the day of, it's going to cost you more. And also traditionally, there's days where your train ticket is going to be cheaper than other days of the week. Like Saturdays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are typically cheaper. It's also cheaper if you go on your trip in one day. So you do
Like a day trip kind of thing.
A day trip, right.
I don't know if listeners know this, but you can get from Rome to Florence in about an hour and a half.
Sì, con alta velocità.
And then so that could just be a day trip. Like to me, that sounds like 1 week in Rome, 1 week in Florence. But you can actually get there very quickly and see some sights and then be back to your same hotel and save money.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, we mentioned that treni regionali are slow and they connect to every village, and maybe not the best or easiest option in a world nowadays where we're used to doing things quickly and getting to places as fast as possible. But I'll have to say this about treni regionali. Sometimes the routes that a treno regionale takes are some of the most panoramic routes that you can find in Italy. There's a little tiny treno regionale that goes from Faenza, which is near my hometown of Cesena, and it takes you to Florence, Firenze, Santa Maria Novella, so right in the town center. It's really slow. It will stop literally everywhere. Like sometimes there's a kiosk and you see the train stop and it's like, what? But it goes through the mountains.
Oh, wow.
And it's just so beautiful. And sometimes out of nostalgia, I'll actually take that train to go to Florence.
How long does that take?
I can't remember exactly. It's probably like an hour and a half or something like that, or maybe 2. An hour and a half probably is more accurate. We could just drive to Florence. It's not that far away. But this little train is just easier because it leaves from Santa Maria Novella, which is right in the center of Florence. And it makes an easy day trip.
Yeah, that sounds so nice.
Yes.
So there's something that's great about each one of these options.
Yes, exactly.
I love it.
If you're not in a rush, a regionale sometimes might be a good scenic route to take.
And it also might be great just if you want to go a couple of towns over from where you're at.
Yeah, that's another great option, definitely. And now let's look at some parole ed espressioni essenziali sui mezzi di trasporto.
Key words and phrases about means of transportation.
Simple communication is our goal. Therefore, we often provide the default masculine form of a noun or an adjective, and we prioritize formal communication over informal, unless otherwise noted. Don't worry, Italian speakers will still understand you.
Train.
Il treno.
Bus.
L'autobus or il bus.
Coach bus.
Il pullman.
Subway.
La metropolitana or la metro.
Taxi.
Il taxi.
Car.
L'automobile or l'auto or la macchina.
Boat.
La barca.
Ferry.
Il traghetto.
Motorboat.
Il motoscafo.
Motor scooter.
Il motorino.
Bicycle.
La bicicletta.
Van.
Il furgone.
Airplane.
L'aereo.
Helicopter.
L'elicottero.
On foot.
A piedi.
Train station.
La stazione dei treni.
Bus station.
La stazione dell'autobus.
Subway station.
La stazione della metro.
Bus stop.
La fermata dell'autobus.
Taxi stand.
La fermata del taxi. And now, let's hear Italian in action with this dialogue.
At the train station. Buongiorno. Okay, is there a direct train for Naples? C'è un treno diretto per Napoli?
Sì, signora, c'è un Frecciabianca alle 15:45.
Okay, so there's a Frecciabianca. That's the fast train. Good. But I didn't catch the time. Scusi, non ho capito. A che ora è il Frecciabianca?
Alle 15:45, fra 4 ore.
15:45. 3:45 p.m.? Oh, that's 4 hours away. That doesn't work. Non va bene per me. Okay, let's see if there's a train before noon. C'è un treno prima di mezzogiorno?
Sì, c'è l'Intercity, signora, ma deve cambiare a Roma.
An intercity? Okay, but I think she said I have to change trains in Rome. Devo cambiare a Roma?
Sì, signora, esatto.
Okay, let's see. I want to know if the intercity is on time. È in orario l'Intercity?
No, signora, mi dispiace, è in ritardo di 20 minuti.
In ritardo. Oh, okay, it's 20 minutes late. Well, I guess it's no big surprise, right? Plus, if it's late, I have time for a quick espresso. Part 3. Okay. Which platform for the Intercity to Naples? Da quale binario parte l'Intercity?
È in partenza dal binario 8, signora.
Perfetto, platform 8. Vorrei un biglietto.
Benissimo. Prima o seconda classe, signora?
First or second class? Seconda classe, per favore.
Sono 61 euro.
61? Oh, 61 euro? Here it is. Ecco a lei. Let's listen to that one more time because as an Italian language learner like Christy, I was also struggling to grasp the words and the concepts that I already knew and put them into the context of buying a train ticket. Oh, and listeners, don't forget that you can find these transcripts in our bonus materials available on our website, so you can follow along as you listen.
And the more you practice or listen to these examples on repeat, the better prepared you'll be for real-life conversations. Ok, andiamo.
Buongiorno. Okay, is there a direct train for Naples? C'è un treno diretto per Napoli?
Sì, signora, c'è un Frecciabianca alle 15:45.
Okay, so there's a Frecciabianca. That's the fast train. Good. but I didn't catch the time. Scusi, non ho capito. A che ora è il Freccia Bianca?
Alle 15:45, fra 4 ore.
15:45. 3:45 p.m.? Oh, that's 4 hours away. That doesn't work. Non va bene per me. Okay, let's see if there's a train before noon. C'è un treno prima di mezzogiorno?
Sì, c'è l'Intercity, signora, ma deve cambiare a Roma.
An intercity? Okay, but I think she said I have to change trains in Rome. Devo cambiare a Roma?
Sì, signora, esatto.
Okay, let's see. I want to know if the intercity is on time. È in orario l'intercity?
No, signora, mi dispiace, è in ritardo di 20 minuti.
In ritardo. Oh, okay, it's 20 minutes late. Well, I guess it's no big surprise, right? Plus, if it's late, I have time for a quick espresso. Part 3. Okay. Which platform for the intercity to Naples? Da quale binario parte l'Intercity?
È in partenza dal binario 8, signora.
Perfetto, platform 8. Vorrei un biglietto.
Benissimo. Prima o seconda classe, signora?
First or second class? Seconda classe, per favore.
Sono 61 euro.
61? Oh, 61 euro? Here it is. Ecco a lei. And now let's hear some useful tips about traveling by train or bus.
Consigli utili per chi viaggia in treno o in autobus.
We recommend that you always buy your ticket before boarding any train in Italy, whether it's last minute at the train station or weeks ahead on the Trenitalia website or app. Buying tickets online is definitely the easiest option, not only in terms of convenience, but also because you can choose to go through the whole process in English.
Biglietterie.
Ticket booths will be open during staffed hours, but you will most likely have to stand in line and you may not be able to find assistance in English.
Biglietterie automatiche.
Fast ticket machines are also a common option in every Italian train station. You will recognize them by their red color. These touchscreen machines are easy to use and give you the option of selecting English as your language. Make sure to print your ticket and remove your card from the machine before you rush to your platform. For buses, you can buy your ticket either at
La stazione degli autobus.
bus station or at one of the many
Tabaccherie.
tobacconists and
Edicole.
newsstands in town. You cannot buy your bus ticket on the bus.
Correct. It's
Okay.
very important to remember because
Yeah.
this is very different from what people coming from other countries are used to, where you can easily buy your ticket as you step in the bus.
Even in New York, I think you're able to just tap your phone, your Apple Pay, your credit card as you get onto the bus, right?
In Italy, this is not possible, ever. In Italy, the bus driver is too busy
Yeah.
to give you a ticket. That's what they
Buy
do.
your
They
ticket. Buy your ticket before. Ciao, it's Erin. We're fading out here so that we can keep our free streaming episodes a reasonable length of time. For additional bonus audio and all kinds of other bonus materials, head to our website. Now back to the show. And now let's dive into a dialogue in which we buy tickets at a bus station. At the bus station. Buongiorno. Voglio andare a Arezzo. Let's see. When is the next bus for Arezzo? Quando passa il prossimo autobus per Arezzo?
Deve prendere il numero 29, signora, ma è appena passato.
Okay, number 29. È passato? I missed it?
Sì, mi dispiace, signora.
Oh no, cavolo. Okay, when does the next one leave? Quando parte il prossimo?
Vediamo. Il prossimo parte alle 14:30.
Okay, since the next one leaves at 2:30 p.m., I guess I'll catch that one. Un biglietto di andata e ritorno, per favore.
Ecco, signora, sono 7,50 euro.
Grazie. Let's see, and where does the bus stop exactly? Dove si ferma esattamente?
Si ferma in Piazza Grande, la piazza principale, signora. Buon viaggio.
Grazie.
Okay, so now let's move on to our next glossary. Altre parole ed espressioni essenziali sui mezzi di trasporto.
More key words and phrases about means of transportation. I want to go to.
Voglio andare a.
Which bus to?
Quale autobus per?
Does this bus go to?
Questo autobus va a...
How much is a ticket to...
Quanto costa un biglietto per...
Where can I buy the ticket?
Dove posso comprare il biglietto?
A ticket to... Please.
Un biglietto per... Per favore.
One way.
Solo andata.
Round trip.
Andata e ritorno.
Day ticket.
Biglietto giornaliero.
First or second class.
Prima o seconda classe.
Is it direct?
È diretto?
How long does it take to get to?
Quanto ci vuole per arrivare a...
What time does the train or bus leave?
A che ora parte il treno o l'autobus?
What platform does it leave from?
Da che binario parte?
The train for Naples is arriving on platform 2.
Il treno per Napoli è in arrivo al binario 2.
Is it on time?
È in orario?
Is it late?
È in ritardo?
When is the next train or bus to?
Quando passa il prossimo treno o autobus per...
Has the bus or train for already passed?
È già passato l'autobus o il treno per...
Where is the stop for bus number 10?
Dov'è la fermata per l'autobus numero 10?
Do I need to make a reservation?
Devo prenotare?
I'd like to reserve a seat.
Vorrei prenotare un posto.
Aisle seat.
Un posto corridoio.
Window seat.
Un posto finestrino.
Lockers.
Gli armadietti.
Baggage check.
Il deposito bagagli.
Departures.
Le partenze.
Connection.
La coincidenza.
Train car.
Il vagone.
Dining car.
Il vagone ristorante.
The sleeper car.
Il vagone letto.
This is my seat.
Questo è il mio posto.
Is this seat free?
Questo posto è libero?
This seat is reserved.
Questo posto è riservato.
Can you tell me when to get off?
Mi può dire quando devo scendere?
I've missed the train or bus for Florence.
Ho perso il treno o autobus per Firenze.
When does the next one leave?
Quando parte il prossimo?
So that's our episode for today. Thank you, Elisa, for walking us through La Dolce Vita, one glossary and dialogue at a time.
Ma prego, piacere mio. Ciao, it's Elisa again. As you can tell, Erin and I love to talk about what travelers can expect when they visit Italy. Not just language, obviously, but with the culture, food, and so much more. In our free streaming episodes, we only scratch the surface. But in our bonus materials, you'll get access to everything, including transcripts for each episode, as well as translations, vocabulary lessons, and cultural tips from today's roundtable. Visit postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for details. Have the confidence of an Italian even in simple conversations and everyday situations. With our bonus materials, you'll get ad-free, full-length audio conversations, practice exercises with written worksheets, and bonus graphics that decode gestures, road signs, and menus.
Our premium subscribers get one additional bonus not found anywhere else. For our Italian for Travelers family, we've created uninterrupted glossaries for each episode that include the English word or expression, followed by the Italian version, which is then repeated so that you can listen and learn, practice, and repeat. These no-fuss listen and repeat glossaries take the drama out of learning travelers' Italian. Listen in the car, on your morning walk, on planes and trains, even while doing dishes or making dinner. Each episode's glossary file features all of the mini glossaries in that lesson, so you can focus on the terms and situations that matter most to you, like food, shopping, or sightseeing.
This is only for our Season 2 bonus material subscribers, so sign up today.
If you're an intermediate learner, you may also love the lessons in our Season 1 bonus materials, so check out our website. Visit postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for details. Postcards from Italy is a labor of love, connecting different cultures as we explore the dynamic nature of modern Italy through its language.
And remember to follow us on Instagram and sign up for our emails to stay updated on webinars and classes.
Thank you for listening. Non vedo l'ora di incontrarci di nuovo.